the world. But let's keep all that. I want us to see something. Remember I showed you all this?
I'm going to tell it to you straight. I'm going to tell you the truth. Our darkest days are ahead of us, not behind us. And now's the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there.
Just clap for that, you stupid bastard.
This would be the time because you really need a world order, a financial world order.
This alternative vision argues that ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
We are here to develop the great narrative, a story for the future. But in order to shape the future, you have first to imagine the future, you have to design the future, and then you have to execute.
Are you hearing what the agenda is? A new world order. And please get that. The new world order has much to do with finance. Are you seeing that? And these are presidents. And then the last person you saw there is Klaus Schwab. You'll know who's Klaus Schwab by now. World Economic Forum. The man who's leading out in that. And that is World Economic Forum. In order for there to be a new world order, must the World Economic Forum play a part? Yes, it's the World Economic Forum. So they have to play a part. Now, I want you to see, we have to, before we go into new ground, I want you to see the agenda, the new world order agenda. Do they want, now ask me, tell me this, in order for there to be no buy, no sell, would it be easy if people, I'm saying to control the no buy, no sell, would it be easy if the money is still being used? I'm saying, it'll be a bit difficult. They'll be able to do it in some degree, but it's going to be difficult. But if they can shift everything into a digital economy or a cashless economy, then I tell you, we're on the verge of a no buy, no sell. Let's see how far we are from this. This happened this year, a couple of days back.
The world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy.
You hear what she says? The new world order is going to be a cashless digital economy, and we're going to trace every record of how you spend your money. That's blockchain. Question, will that be a fulfillment of Bible prophecy? No buy, no sell. Now I want you to see this. There's the date here, March 27th. When is this? 2022. It says here, Biden planning digital currency. Why you should be worried? What is America planning? Digital currency. Man of Sin calls for a new world order. Says wasting this current crisis would be worse than the pandemic. So he's calling, the Man of Sin is saying we want a new world order. Pope Francis calls for a new world order after the pandemic. Prophetic, because that's Bible. Bible says after the pandemic, new world order. This is what the man's calling for. When he calls for the new world order, basically they call it the Great Reset. But if you look at the bottom there, what economy is he calling? What economy is it? A green economy. Now a green economy is an economy that is based upon the climate change. Green economy is the same thing as a Green New Deal. Interchangeably they're used. There's a chair, Green Deal, same thing as green economy in the post-pandemic world. This is what Pope Francis wants. This is what the Man of Sin wants. Now tell me, what is the Green Deal? Because he wants a new world order after the pandemic, and it's a new world order based upon the green economy. Climate Sunday, but the economy centered on Climate Sunday. There's a chair, Green New Deal. Says heeding Pope Francis's encyclical could pave the way for what? A Green New Deal. What is the Green New Deal? We must celebrate rest, especially from buying and selling, by returning to a focus on keeping the Sabbath. As did St. Francis, Pope Francis argues that this kind of conversion can restore ecological equilibrium, establishing harmony within ourselves, with others, with nature, with living creatures, and with God. So what is he saying? After the pandemic, what must be introduced? A new world order, but he says no buy, digits. We're going to get to the digital economy. He says no buy, no sell, but based upon what day? Sunday. And obviously, it's a climate Sunday. Climate Sunday, there's it right there. So we're not guessing, friends. Let's go a little bit further. Did you all see that? Watch here. What they're saying. Did you see? Watch here. Cashless America, but watch here. So according to their minds, they wanted, we can say a couple of months, yes, next year. By what year? 2023. They want a cashless society. Digital. There's another one. Will we see a cashless society by what year? 2023. This is all over the internet. 2023 cashless society. That gives birth. We're not saying cashless society is the mark of the beast. We're saying cashless society is the means in which they control Climate Sunday. If you don't come along with the agenda, you lose your right to buy, you lose your right to sell. Why? Everything is digital. Everything is a cashless society. Tell me, do you know when you go to the bank and you want money, do you know that they don't give you? They send you to the ATM. Do you know that they're trying to, the banks now don't want to touch money. Even when you want to deposit, they send you outside, go to the ATM, put that money. The machine must handle the money. They don't want to touch money anymore. Banks don't want to touch money. We'll show you. Someone says, oh, not us, South Africa. Friends, don't say not us, South Africa. I'm coming there. Is South Africa moving to what? Then the bottom, as the world shifts towards a cashless payment method, South Africa is gradually moving away from cash against a social and economic backdrop of inequality and slow economic growth. South Africa is following on with the world. So, yeah. Yes, yes. Even when you, everything, they want you to do it off the phone. Now you must ask yourself why. That's the question. Ask yourself, why are they trying to move me? Because you go there, they say, do you have the app on your phone? Let me show you how to do it. And they start everything now, do it on your app. But I want you to see the reason behind this thing. You think it's more convenient, but I want you to see the reason behind this thing. I want you to see the reason. It says South Africa is going what? South Africa is becoming a cashless society. Believe it or not, friends, you can see we're witnessing it. We are witnessing it. It says with technology such as synthesis, netbank, tap-on phones, they're telling you through your phones. System developments of stable coin, cryptocurrency, leading the charge. Now look right at the bottom. What has helped to move the world, even South Africa, into the cashless society? Think of the Pope's words after the pandemic New World Order. What is helping move everyone to a cashless society? Right in the bottom, how the pestilence 19, pandemic, pestilence, has contributed to these trends. So what has helped push the world to that? Because of the pestilence. Why? Because the germ has carried on it. So it's safer for you. If a new pestilence comes, you won't be sick. Just use your app or use whatever. Now, I want you to see why. I'm coming to all this. I want you to see why. And by the way, we're going to show you who's behind these things. Now, who is this here? World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. It says the benefits of a cashless society. Please, is World Economic for you or against you? Again, they want you to own nothing and you must smile. Please tell me which nation does World Economic hail? This nation is wonderful. Now think, have you ever bought an appliance and you checked at the back? It says made in You all already knew that. You know you got China products. Made in China. Now, I wonder where was that pandemic made? Made in China. That was made in China. That was everything's getting made in China. China is the experimental nation. Let's see who do they hail as this nation that is leading out in a cashless society. It says the first recognizable coins were produced in China more than 3,000 years ago. If you visit China today, however, there's a strong chance you will see people paying for things using facial recognition on their phones. This is a radical shift, but it is just the beginning of the cash revolution. So which nation do they